It's 10:30. I just left the portage store on Canoe Lake, and it's pretty still out here. A little bit of a breeze. It's mostly just flat water. Still getting the hang of paddling on my own. I think I've got to shift some weight around next chance I get, because I'm kind of zigzagging. But all in all, pretty good. Alright, so I'm not even halfway across Canoe Lake, and I'm already starting to question whether or not I've got everything. I was just thinking I'm rather parched, so I should pump some water. When it occurred to me, I don't know if I have my Nalgene bottle. So I'm going to find a spot up here to pull over and take a look. Hopefully it's in my bag and I don't have to go back to the store and buy one. But better discover that now than after I've already gone over a couple portages. So I'm not even halfway across Canoe Lake, and already I'm realizing I forgot stuff. I thought I'd pull over and pump some water, and turns out I didn't bring my Nalgene bottle, so gotta turn around and go all the way back to the portage store and buy one, which sets me back probably about an hour, so that sucks. But what are you gonna do? I'm not too happy with myself. Well, since I'm an idiot and forgot my Nalgene bottle, I've got my debit. I'm going back to buy one. Alright, so I'm just finally getting back to that island I made a pit stop at before. So the time's currently 11:45, so it's about 15 minutes from the access point. So yeah, it was about half an hour wasted coming here and turning around and then doing it all over again. So as soon as I pass this dump up here on the right, I'll be finally making some progress. Shallow water. Working strips right over there. You can see the bay where it's definitely a lot more still. Alright, so this has been more of a challenge than I hoped for. I'm completely windbound on Canoe Lake. I was on the east side, tried to cross a bay, got blown out into the lake, and it took about 30 minutes of really hard paddling just to get to this island here where I'm hiding on the calm side of it. I'm not too far from the portage, it's just a matter of getting there. So I'm gonna hang out here for a bit and regain some energy, and then I'll go tackle the lake again. So off in front of me is Canoe Lake. I've decided to take a rest for a while. I figured the little 10-minute breaks at each island weren't enough, so I'm gonna give myself a good hour or two here and rejuvenate before I cross that last stretch. It seemed kind of convenient that the wind blew me into here because I've always wanted to check it out. Behind me is said to be the burial place for Tom Thompson. Now there's a lot of debate on whether or not he is still buried in that place, or Gravenhurst, or who knows where. But I've already wandered down 2 roads trying to find it, and there's a third fork in the road that I didn't check out, but some people are coming back down that road, which I guess I'll show you. It's just right over here. So I went left rather than straight, but according to the people I chatted with for some time, it's just down there, and they give me a few clues. So there's a big birch tree to check out, and there should be a little path beside it that leads to his grave. Now all I can say is I'm exhausted. I don't know what else to say. Let's go check out this grave. So just as the group of people said, just up this path about 30 meters is a nice white birch tree. If you walk a little bit past that, you'll find this here trail. Oh, here we go. But let me step back, see if I can get this all in frame. Basically, you got a fence going around a rather large what appears to be a really either a yellow birch or a really old white birch. It doesn't seem very white though, but it's a good size for a birch tree. So let's go pay our respects to Tom Thompson. Well, since I'm still too drained to hit the lake again, I thought I'd take the opportunity to have a late lunch. All I've really had so far is a couple pieces of beef jerky, lots of water. I've gone through a whole Nalgene, so 1 liter full. I've got these little energy gel shots here. I got this at Mech. I think it was only $1.50. Not much to it. It's got 100 calories, mostly sugar, but it's also got lots of sodium, 90 milligrams, and 55 milligrams of potassium. So that'll help restore your electrolytes. Also gives you a burst of sugar to just help you out. But what I like most about this is it's all natural, and unfortunately I can't really do a close-up here, but basically it's got organic maltodextrin, organic dried cane syrup, water, raspberry juice, sea salt, potassium citrate, and citric acid. So no big words, nothing that leaves you wondering what the heck is that. It's just straight up organic, natural ingredients. Not what I expected. It's like I don't know how to describe that. It's just a thick syrup. It's like almost like peanut butter. It just coats your mouth and throat. You almost need water to go with it. And unfortunately, I just finished off my water, and I won't have more till I get out on the lake. Well, after paying my respects to Tom Thompson, he decided to let me pass. Just after I got back on the lake, the wind stopped. It started to sprinkle a bit, but I'd much prefer rain over wind any day. That being said, I'm still exhausted, and it was a total challenge even with flat water. So, time to do my portage. Well, I decided to retire early tonight. Just didn't have enough energy to make it out to Burn Island. Right now I'm in the Miss Joe end of Joe Lake. Miss Joe should just be up on the left in front of you. There were quite a few open sites here, so I decided to snag one. It's kind of a nice site, kind of crappy in a way too, but let's do a little tour. First of all, you're looking at a nice point out on the water. Someone had a fire pit out here. It'd be a nice spot to have a fire on a calm day. Right in front of you is a nice slope rock that I've been using as a chair. It really supports the back. And I'll just pan around here. As you can see, there's quite the rock climb to go up. I haven't really found a good route to go up and down yet. But anyways, I'm going to pick up the tripod and try and walk with that. So if you go up the hill here, it's a nice fire pit hiding behind this tree. I suspect some nights it could be far too windy to use. So yeah, there's my fire pit. Now way off in the distance, you'll notice my hammock. It's a nice little tent pad down there that I decided to use. Now the people that were here before me or before that were rather messy. They left quite a bit of garbage here. So first of all, there's a tarp, rope, old grill. They also left quite a few clotheslines hanging, but I've made use of those at least. The campfire area is quite nice. You got 2 big logs to use as a bench. Plenty of firewood left over. Whoever was here before apparently only had a hatchet. and they chipped all sorts of notches in these woods but couldn't cut through them. On top of that, they've damaged quite a few trees here, and I'll show you some of that. Here's the first one, and you'll notice quite a few hatchet marks here. All sorts of cuts and whatnot, where someone just went nuts with a hatchet. There's also a piece of rope hanging from every tree, nails, just all sorts of stuff you're not supposed to do. So where I've set up my hammock, it's a bit of a depression here. If you walk over on the left side, you're up about this high. You can see my hand. So you kind of have an entranceway where you walk down. And then you can get in the hammock, which unfortunately I put the wrong way, so it's not exactly convenient, but I was too lazy to tie it again. Plus I want my head on the higher end. Well, as you can see, it started raining. I've only been at camp for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and I knew the storm was blowing in. I should have been a little quicker to get things going, but didn't get around to cooking, didn't get around to lighting a fire, so I think a fire's out of the question tonight. Still want to cook. I got some steaks to cook up, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. I might be doing them under my hammock tarp, but for now I'm not ready to go to bed, so I'm just going to chill out here, drink some wine, and enjoy the rain. Cheers. Well, this is a sight you see pretty often in Algonquin. As you can see, it's sunny as can be, but pouring rain at the same time. I've had many times where there didn't seem to be a cloud in the sky, but yet it was pouring rain. At least today it's pretty overcast and there's just that one little opening where the sun's peeking through. But looks like it's going to be a long night of rain, and it's quite possible I'll be canoeing in the rain tomorrow, so I've got to cook dinner under my shelter and get to bed early, and hopefully I don't get wet.